A very warm welcome, dear friends. Once again, we are gathered here, and it's also a great honor. For my name, I'm Karanja Thuo, and I'm blessed. Christ is the rock of my soul, and I'm privileged to have my guest here, my very good friend, and she'll mention herself. She'll introduce herself very soon. But for now, we'll be handling a topic on how can we be able to use social media positively in this changing and dynamic world. So I just hope it's going to be an amazing conversation as we try to drive our agenda forward. Thank you. So, Mchungaji,
Thank you.
if you could have a word or two.
Thank you. I'm Reverend Don Kandi. Christ is Lord of my life. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. And of course, being with a very good friend, that makes it even better. So it's an honor to be here. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reverend Don, and feel much welcome into this platform. And going very fast into our topic of the day, we wanted to address the issue of social media among the youth. How can we be able to, first of all, we see the challenges that are facing we as youth while using social media, and what can we be able to do to be able to leverage technology positively and use it for the prosperity of our youth. So stay tuned and on to what we had planned for today. I think personally, when we talk of social media, Mchungaji, I think it has been a great trend, sincerely, because I remember like for the last 1 decade, there has been tremendous growth in terms of social media. Most of us, like 10 years ago, there were no smartphones. We used to use the to-do-das, the kadudas, and those small phones when we play some small games. But over the years, especially for the last 1 decade, we've seen a major growth
Yes.
in social media. And I don't know how you can see it in your perspective before I introduce what we have to discuss next.
I totally agree with you. Social media has exploded, if I can say that, in the last decade or so. And it also reminds us that things are gradual, that where we started with the old, when I was a child, there were those telephones we used to take around. And when the parent doesn't want you to use it, anaweka kufuli, akapanda so that it doesn't go to the end. So I had a friend who they knew how to unscrew the whole thing and use another head. So we've come from a long ways. Then the older mobiles, and now here we are with smartphones, and I wonder how smart they are sometimes. A lot of things have changed, and of course you can interact by touch. Although sometimes I think we've gained a lot of international connections, but we've lost a lot of interactions with the people near us. Like something I see on social media, we are all connected to the outside world,
Correct.
but to the people near us, our families, our friends, we have lost touch. So the social media has both positives and negatives, but of course, life as we knew it is not the way it is now. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for those good observations. And it's true, social media has a lot of benefits, but it also comes with a fair way of some great challenges which are affecting us. And we talk of some of the advantages. We're able to communicate with each other. We are post-COVID now, and during that time there was a lot of lockdowns and restrictions of gathering. We were all in our homes. Social media came in. We were able to
So
transact a
well.
lot of things. We were able to stream our services. Like we were talking earlier, the churches that had not gone online pre-COVID and the churches that are online post-COVID, it's a tremendous growth. So there are so many advantages of social media, which all of us know, but we won't dwell on to that so much. I think we'll just go straight into maybe some of the challenges, or sometimes we say when too much of everything is poisonous, and we find ourselves getting swayed by social media. Sometimes we find ourselves in the wrong path, or in the wrong platforms, maybe where we engage in, very heinous activities. There is fraud. Others are able to, incite others on social media, abuse of power, a lot of things. And these are gadgets that, if used positively, we can be able to even earn a living. We've seen
Yes,
that.
people have done that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you could mention maybe some few challenges that you've seen in social media before we go into how can we be able to leverage technology and social media more specific in a better way.
Social media is some challenges can be, as you said, it has a very good side. There are people who started businesses and courses and online writing and all that. On the other side, there are people who wasted a lot of time that they can't even remember to do. I'm punting for the likes, for the follows. Who has checked my status since I last updated it? What else can I tell people? So sometimes I think, especially seeking for attention, like mimi ni yule mse nataka kujulikana niko. So sometimes people are even getting things on board, and sometimes people even do fake things.
Yeah.
I put a false photo of myself, nimeenda nimefanya tu kikitu, so there's
Umepiga
a lot
filters.
filters kwanza, we sijui nilikuwa na rinko imepelekwa wapi. So all that, I think it prevents us from facing who we are, that there are challenges in this life, that I should not be able to please people, because even though people like me, that will not put food on the table. That is not dealing with the challenges I'm facing as a human being, the struggles I'm going through. So I'm not saying you don't be on social media. Please be there, yes, but don't let it control you to a point that you can't breathe, you can't think, you're feeling my day is bad, only two people have done, I don't know what today.
Yeah.
Then let it be a tool to further your agenda, a good agenda. And remember, nowadays, prospective employers check our statuses, check our activity. Hata kuna mtu alishikwa amesema, today I lied to my boss at I am sick and here I am. So social media let's use it for the good of our lives. And in a sense, it was a blessing in disguise during this time that there was a lockdown, because honestly, interactions were already not there as much.
Yeah.
So at least we interacted somewhat, not fully, but somewhat, and it was good. So yeah, the challenges are there. I wonder, how much do we spend on data bundles?
Some of us, we are blessed we have Wi-Fi in our homes, and it's our parents who pay for that.
Oh, yes.
But if you could even check the monthly usage
Exactly.
from our phones, it's tremendous. I don't know if you were to buy all those bundles, I don't know tungekuwa wapi, but it's quite a very big topic. And I've heard you've mentioned a very, very important aspect of identity, our self-esteem. Because if I put filters on my photo for the likes, there's a message I'm trying to send to my viewers in the media. But at the end of the day, my self-esteem najiona like sifeel poa venye niko, so I just have to to manipulate myself. I have to adjust this and this, so that I can look this way. And it's a bit big challenge, because you're having your partner, you've met someone on social media, then
Yes.
mnaenda hivyo, mnaenda mnapatana.
What you expected versus what you got.
Yes, you may even hata mtapatana ako na hiyo makeup, but maybe in the morning ukiamka venye mtu wako
utatoroka.
unashangaa ni mwenye tulikuwa naye jana usiku. Yes, so I think identity is and self-esteem is really, really a very big concern for us as youths, and we need to address that sincerely, so that at the end of the day we're able to appreciate who we are, and how we've been born, the backgrounds tumetoka, and be able to be better and grow to be the best that we can be. And thank you very much for those insights. So, on to, I don't know if you could add on something before we move on. How could we use social media positively on identity and our self-esteem and social media?
Well, honestly, it's it's easy but also hard to do because unfortunately this world is such that image sells. A certain looks acceptable and it is seen to be good enough. So there are certain places where you may not feel like you belong, but it gets to a point where once you accept, yes, I'm this tall, I'm this short, I'm this dark, I'm this light, I have freckles on my face or wrinkles around, or the figure I have has no name. You know, sometimes sina six pack, sijui itwe one pack, sijui hata ina jina
Yeah.
ama hourglass shape. It's okay.
Mm.
Hata kama unakaa mkuki, it's okay. It's you. Find something about you that doesn't bring out that negative in you. And it doesn't have to be verbal. You know, some of us, since I feel horrible, my talking will be nitakuwa na lenga pahali fulani. I accept this where I am. And some people have even used the way they look to either gain money or just teach others a lesson. So if you can use it positively, by all means. If not, find something else that you're good at and let it let it work for you. I've just remembered a guy who had a stammer who needed a job and the only job he could get was sales.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asked, now surely you can't even talk.
You can't even talk
How will you
audibly, clearly.
convince someone to
Yeah.
buy something? And the joke goes, siku moja alienda, he was to sell Bibles.
Mm-hmm.
Alienda akapewa mtu Biblia
Akapea client.
akamwambia sasa, and even saying that took forever. Nataka kusomea Bible na nitaanza na Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning God. By the time he just said in the beginning God, because he's pulling, he's stammering, he can't
it's
even,
really struggling.
he's struggling. God akamwambia, just be patient with me. It will just take a few more hours, but I hope I'll finish. Or else, nunua tuende ujisome.
Yeah, you were really just-
So you see, that's a guy who took his disadvantage and used it.
yeah, he was very tactical
Yeah, he
to.
used it tactically. Anyway, at the point of all this is social media is here to serve us, not for us to serve social media.
Correct.
So what is it as a church, as youth, as me? What can I do to use social media as a tool? Whether for my business, whether for my studies, whether for evangelism.
Correct.
How can I use that for the honor and the glory of God? And the beauty with social media, as we were saying, you get to people you may not contact on a daily basis. But still remember, it's a record you can't erase.
It's true.
So just be very careful what you say, how you say it, when you say it, and how you present yourself. And who knows, could work out in amazing, tremendous ways.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And for me, what I can try to derive from using social media positively, and you mentioned it when you started the show today, it was more of don't let the ule mwenye ako mbali affect the relationship that I have with you, or it affect the comfort that I have with the ones near me. I need to know how will I be able to relate with mwenye tuko nao hapa before I think of mwenye ako mbali. So it is a matter of trying to balance, to put something in some state of balance, so that you'll be able to manage it correctly, because it's very true. When the influx of social media, it really gets into our mind so fast, such that you can't even relate with others well. You cannot be able even to talk, even to have a very honest conversation. We can't have that cordial verbal conversation together, and it's a big concern which needs to be addressed. And we talked, it's about a choice. You need to decide how will I be able to use it. If I'm a phone addict, if I'm a laptop addict, how will I be able to ensure which activities will I be able to engage in to distract myself from using, because we are not saying social media is bad.
No.
Nobody is contesting that, or nobody is blaming anyone or judging anyone for us using social media, because it is here to help us. But if we could use it correctly and in the right way and in the right manner, you see, even maybe when we are in churches, some of us are hooked up in our phones. It becomes really, really disturbing, because maybe I'm that day in the pulpit, I'm trying to preach or say something, and people are not listening to me. Sometimes it becomes very, very demoralizing, if I could use that word. And you're very correct. We need to use it positively, and ensure that we use it for the prosperity, not of ourselves, but also of the people near us, and even grow ourselves economically and also spiritually, yeah, and also mental growth, so that at the end of the day, we need to be the best version of ourselves. And that is the most important thing that we need to do. So I
I
think that,
like what you've mentioned. Addiction. Addiction, see, the kulevya too, or alcohol.
correct.
Some of us, we are addicted to these gadgets. Ati kizima, something goes off. So maybe you need to be delivered from that addiction. Maybe you need a substitute for something worthwhile, and that will be overcoming something. So yeah, it's a form of addiction.
Yeah, you're very correct. And it's a conversation that will be it is a developing story, as most people would say it. And we hope to have more and more platforms, and also invite our friends, those people who've been negatively affected by social media, and those who've been positively affected. We try and bring that conversation into a bigger scope, and we be able to share ideas and experiences, and be able to grow from what others have learned or experienced through social media. So it's a very, very good evening from here. This is Kamboi Mission, by the way, for those who are watching us. And it's a great, great pleasure having you once again. And we hope to have this conversation soon. I don't know, Mchungaji, if you could have some parting shot before we call this, is it a day or a night? Call it a day.
Yeah, in as much as we were talking of being social with one another, which is great, I wonder how connected are we to God? And he doesn't need Wi-Fi, he doesn't need data, he doesn't need someone walking over to the neighbor. God's presence is everywhere. And please experience God in a good way. Don't wait to experience his wrath. Someone once asked me whether God is in hell. Yes, not as grace, but as wrath. But now, while we can still experience his grace through social media, through one-on-one interaction, why don't we just connect and remain plugged in to God? He's ever faithful. He will never let us down.
Yeah.
Even when nobody wants to like us or like our posts and everything, God is still saying, I'm here with you. Of course, He will not massage our fragile egos like we want massaged. And He
Yeah.
will also help us deal with the issues that are making us seek for love and acceptance in all the wrong places.
Correct.
So if we are social more with God, then when the vertical relationship is okay, then the horizontal will be good. So this week, before I plug into my social media, may I be plugged into God as He controls our relationship and enables me to know what to put up there in my social life. Or should I say, in the life that He has given me to be social with. So,
Equally
thank you.
appropriate.
It's been a pleasure and a joy, and I look forward to seeing you again and seeing you again as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, dear friends and viewers. And I think we've come to the end of our conversation today. Continue liking us, subscribing, and yeah, we hope to see you soon. So it's bye bye and God bless.
God bless you.
Bye bye for now.